Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Sorry, I'm a little late today. Today Ed asked me about getting some stuff at the store, and I online, and unfortunately, there was a slight uh confusion. Besides, it took a lot longer than expected. So what happened was he wanted to. There was a question about who's paying for what, and it was like, Ed, I didn't say I was gonna pay you for shipping. I said you paid me yesterday $50 for the electric bill, and so you want me to send you $50 back to your account again to pay for the shipping? I was like, I said, no, 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 I don't need to do that. I said, well, yeah, I said, if you're just gonna get beer anyway, why don't you just go to John's, pick up some beer cans and bring it here. Cause you know that walker I have the new walker can carry the case of beer, no problem. You don't have to worry about shipping it. And so that's what that's what he said he would do. So, um, quiplash hangover. I don't know what that means. Good morning. Did you hit start streaming that thing? Yes, I'm right here, guys. Yeah, yeah, we're here. See, we're sorry we were late. We were late because of I wanted to finish placing the order for groceries. Um, so so the tarot card reading last night for Rusty's health. Um, I'm kind of thinking there might be something. Well, maybe he doesn't literally die, Michelle. Maybe his health takes a turn. Well, I try to be careful with the cat anyway. I mean, I'm gonna pull up today's oracle card for today morning show. Yeah, okay. We'll get the morning oracle card up. And, today's oracle card brought to you by. I don't have a sponsor for the oracle cards. Although it would be kind of interesting if who would be the sponsor of the oracle cards for today. Okay, so today's oracle card is 39 Priestess of the Gift to Serve. Priestess of the Gift to Serve. Number 39. Sounds like the priestess gift to serve. Sounds like we're talking about a Virgo. Because Virgos are by nature are humanitarians. Priestess of the gift to serve, number 39. Very short message today. Be a service to your community and universal tribe. There's wisdom in observing rather than acting. Take your time and gather information before you act. Trust your intuition, but do not be fooled by illusions. Stay on track for your life's more true purpose and passion. Be of service to others, and you will flow with joy and the ease, enabling you to live the life you desire. Give powerfully and likewise be open to receive. That sounds like pretty much what Michelle always done. Service for others. Yeah. Well, he's using the other walker to go get the beer with the seat, so he can put the beer on the seat and bring it here. Because he knows in New Year's there's not going to be any package store open. So, want to do some tarot today? This morning? Yeah. Alright, let's do some tarot today since the morning show is pretty quiet and same kind of guidelines as before. But I want to do anyway is I want to pull open a tarot reading for Rusty the Cat from yesterday's. I want to kind of clarify that card set because those cards seem to be saying that heads up with Rusty's health, and I kind of wonder what that means. So I want to pull up the details on that. So let's pull up some tarot here. Our Father, Mother, God, Angel, Spirit Guides, please give us more details on Rusty's health and well-being in 2022. Because last rating kind of spooked me a bit. Rusty's health and well-being in 2022. Rusty's health and well-being in 2022. Alright, so let's see what we got. Okay, we got the Five of Swords, the Two of Cups, which is a good card, and then we have the Tower. So that's kind of related to the change that was mentioned in the other card. But what is the Tower? I think we're gonna keep pulling cards up until we get another one. But we got this apathy, too many options card. Why is that card here? The Magician. No, when you got too many options, the formula's too complex. Four Cups. Well, okay, too many options. So let's simplify this then. Rusty's health for January 2022. Rusty's health and well-being for January 22. Rusty's health and well-being for January 2022. Again, we see the Five of Swords again. The Two of Cups comes up again. So that means that's kind of good, usually. The Tower card came again. What? 2 times in a row. Alright, so since those cards came up twice, the Five of Swords conquest, disgrace, defeat, infamy, dishonor. Defeat, but then you got the Two of Cups, which is usually not a bad thing. So what's the Two of Cups mean here? Friendship, balance, partnership, sharing, understanding. But the Tower card means that there's going to be a change. Whatever was before is going to change. I think you need to shuffle the deck some better. Yeah, let's do that before we pull another card, because I want to know exactly what is this Tower here. Come on, Mother God, Father God, Angel, Spirit Guides. Clarify this Tower card. What's the Tower card mean? Maybe he's saying this that maybe he's saying he's not. Since you're asking about his physical and mental well-being, maybe there's something right now that's not good. Maybe he's lacking balance now. Maybe. Oh, come on. Financial or spiritually bankrupt. Well, so maybe he needs something. Can we change that? Can we change this Five of Pentacles to something positive? Yes, Ace of Pentacles. I don't think he needs to do money, but something between here and here has got to be changed. I don't know what it is. So what is it? How do you go from this, i.e. the Five of Pentacles, to the Ace of Pentacles? What happens? What has to happen? What in this case, it refers to his health in this case. So what is it mean? So, in other words, we have the decision that changes one to the other, but what we don't know is what's the causation. Please give us the causation, please. Seven of Swords. Alright. I guess it's better than sneakiness. Not really. In a conflict and turmoil, bound by fears, blind to the truth. Bound by fears. Is Rusty afraid of something? I don't know. That's a great question because I don't know. In other words, in the end, it says he's going to spring back. He doesn't seem sick. I thought he was sick. I said, I don't think so. Doesn't mean that he couldn't get sick. I just don't know why he would have the card there. I'm not sure the reason behind the card. It needs to move. Guys, we're not talking about Ed today because Ed hasn't touched the landlord yet. Okay. Doesn't mean that we're not going to talk to the landlord. Please. Table it for now. Alright? Okay, he's doing fine. He just wants the package store. Anybody want a tarot reading for $1? Simple 3-card spread. Simple questions. Simple 3-card spread and simple questions. $1 for simple 3-card spread on tarot cards and a simple question. I think Rusty may be lonely. Maybe that's what the card means when it says spiritually bankrupt. Maybe he's missing something. Maybe his physical health is fine, but maybe because he doesn't have a female kitty in the house or a friend of his own species, he feels kind of lonely. But the problem is getting, bringing in a second cat is something I've been talking to Ed about. Bringing in a second kitty for Rusty to have a playmate. Alright, let's get the door, so to speak. Let's just get over here. Let's, Paul, let's see. How you doing?
Hey, Michelle.
Second cat.
Hey, Michelle. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you
Hey,
hear
what's
me?
going on? So Ed took a walk to the store by himself, Michelle?
Yeah.
Oh boy, what time did he leave? We got to put the timer on this. What time do you think he
He
left?
got up this morning, and when I got up, because he knows it's New Year's Eve tomorrow, and he wanted to get some beer for the weekend, so.
Right.
So he's using the new walker to get the beer because it has a seat on it, so he can put the 6-pack of beer on the seat, or a 12-pack, or 18-pack, whatever he's buying, or a 40-pack.
Oh man, what time did he leave, Michelle? Do you remember what time that Ed left?
Just right before he started the show. So.
Do you think he'll be back by the end of the show?
I'm sure he'll be back before. It doesn't take him that long to watch the back of the store. Unless he meets up with some friends and starts talking to his friends at the park or something.
I'm going to put the timer on him, Michelle.
I'm not going to put the timer on. There's no need to.
How are you doing today?
Doing all right.
Getting some terror. It doesn't look too good for Rusty with the readings.
The problem is that the only thing is I wonder if there's a spiritual issue. That's why I see with the 5 of Pentacles. It was very broad reading because I said physical and spiritual well-being. So I'm wondering if maybe Rusty is emotionally feeling lost. Like he's saying is, I need another cat of my own species to have.
Yeah, maybe Rusty needs a new brother or sister.
Yeah. Or a kitty friend anyway. So I guess that would be a good question, is can we get him a kitty friend? I don't see why we can't. Let's go and get drunk and ruin New Year's.
Yeah, I hope he makes it back.
Well, Ed's not actually going to be on the show on New Year's, so he's probably going to do the same thing he did last time. But we're not going to be having a New Year's Eve show anyway.
You didn't consider doing a New Year's Eve show to ring the New Year in?
No, New Year's Day show.
Oh.
Also, you get free hot drinks at Cumberland Farms on New Year's Day.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should consider doing a New Year's Eve show, Michelle, and ringing in the New Year on YouTube. I think that'd be pretty cool. I'm not sure. I don't remember if that happened last year. I don't remember what I did on New Year's Eve last year, but yeah, that'd be pretty cool to have a New Year's Eve show. We didn't do it
last year, New Year's Eve either.
Yeah, should maybe consider doing it New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. It'd be good content for your channel, make you a little extra money. People will probably be getting Michelle, people will probably be getting drunk New Year's Eve, and they'll be like, "Hey, let me donate Michelle like $50." It'd probably be a good career opportunity for you, Michelle, to do a New Year's Eve.
I don't really make a big deal about New Year's anyway.
No, I know, Michelle, but some people do. And if you started a show, Michelle, maybe about 10 o'clock or even 11 o'clock, and just rang in the New Year till midnight, and then maybe ended it about 12:15, 12:30. You wouldn't have to stay up too late. You could ring in the new year with everyone. It'd be pretty fun. Maybe just something to consider. If you don't got nothing going on, maybe go live. And ring in the new year with everybody. I think a lot of people would like that. But just something to consider. We have a good time. You got that Booms Farm. Have a couple little drink with everybody. Have a New Year's toast. We can do some toasts and.
All right, let me answer a few questions right here. Because Rusty hasn't been treating Ed has not treated Rusty badly. Rusty's been treating like a king, like he is. But I think Rusty is kind of lonely because there's not another kitty of his own species, and I think he kind of wishes he had another playmate, which is of his own species. He's kind of bored. And I can see it in his attitude. He's like, okay, I love having you guys around and everything. I love being part of this, but I really wish I had someone of my own species to hang out with. Maybe a female cat, yeah. But he's an alpha male, so he's gonna have to be able to live with a beta male cat. I mean, he's pretty patient with cats, but another male cat that's a alpha male is gonna be blood. He'll rip them open. That's for sure.
Good morning, Kyle. Yeah. I'm sure Rusty will be fine, Michelle. He's still a young cat.
Michelle's stuck on that subject. Oh, what? I mean, you guys, some of these people are stuck on the Ed situation repeatedly, and right now I want to get off the Ed situation because we did work it out. Me and Ed, we did talk about it. We didn't talk to the landlord yet, but we're going to talk to the landlord on Monday. When he comes by to pick up the rent. And until then, we just got to keep the peace around here. Okay? I mean, what else can you do?
Michelle, I think a lot of people would like you to go live tomorrow as well, Michelle, just to make sure that everything is fine. It'll probably be drinking. It'll be good to be live, Michelle. Make sure
I'm always live in the morning show. You know that. I mean, sometimes I run a little late, yes. But I actually was here. And made it start at the 10 a.m. show, but Ed wanted to look at Instacart, and we were running late. I said, well, and then he looked at the refrigerator. He said, we really don't need to order anything right now from Instacart. I said, no, we don't.
Just beer.
I gotta make some more tea soon, but well, he's an old tomcat that's fixed down, but he basically still likes to score, okay?
Who does
So if he got a female cat that was a fixed old mother cat, she might like that, or she might spread her legs for him, Especially if it was a female cat, like Rusty is a male cat, maybe it looks kind of like Rusty, who knows? The only thing is I'm afraid of getting another cat because everybody's saying is you guys can benefit with a bigger apartment. We can. So I don't know if it's ready to take on a second cat right now. That's the only thing that's kind of holding up the whole thing.
Well, Michelle, didn't you have 4 cats at one point in time?
Yeah. 4 indoor-outdoor cats.
Yeah. You could probably take on another one.
But we weren't thinking about moving at the same time, though.
Well, I mean, it'd probably be a while before you did move if you did, Michelle. Still got to save up that money. It'd probably be a bit before you moved, so it's not like it's going to happen next month or something.
Well, I'm fat. I'm kind of healthy and full of energy. I hope I live at least another 10, 20 years, but I don't know. You never know.
This crazy day and age we live in. Who knows if any of us will be living in 20 years,
He's definitely a stocky cat. I mean, I do know he's stocky for sure. I mean, and I'm stocky too, so.
Cat will be fine, Michelle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what about me? That's the same thing.
Why don't you pull
In
some
some ways,
cards?
I'm kind of like Rusty. I'm fat and stocky and healthy for the most part.
Well, why don't you pull some cards? See what the cards say.
I probably could live. I could probably easily live another 20 years, 30 years. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a giant vegetable. I mean, I do walk around. I do try to stay active.
Yeah, I'm sure Leo? Sure, you got some time left on you, Michelle. Sure, you got a good hunk of years left for you for sure.
Oh, Stan said that he's gonna try to get Ed some pants.
That's good. Did you figure out Ed's size?
Oh man.
Get him some pants. Get him some clown pants.
He's offering to get Ed some Goodwill, some shirts, a couple pairs of pants.
I don't know why Ed didn't pick anything up the other day when he went with Krista.
Me and Ed went through the numbers, and then started sending me get everything in large. I said, give me some 42s. I said, Ed, no, you're not a 42. I'm sorry, but you're a 44. I said, I'm just being conservative since everything comes in 2-inch segments. And 42, you're starting to feel kind of constrained, so I think 44 would be better for your waistline. And as far as the top, yeah, you can wear extra large tops. I asked him what his shoe size. He said size 13. I said 13? And you managed to try to cram on my woman's socks such as a size 10? No wonder why your circulation's getting cut off.
He's got them swollen gout feet.
Yeah, you need bigger socks. So So I gave the numbers to Stan so he can try to find some stuff. What? I mean, I don't know, guys. I don't know what your ages are, so. Then I don't know anything about your health conditions either.
For those who are just tuning in to MicheleMarieDalene's show, it is a remarkable day. Ed has gotten out of bed early, and he is on his way to the store to get beer. Will Ed make it back is the huge question, Michelle.
Yeah, he will.
Will he make it back before the end of Michelle's show? Is another question.
Unless he wants to go see his friends at the park. I mean, maybe he might go to the park and see his friends.
What's the temperature, Michelle? It's got to be cold outside today.
That bad.
It's not too bad? It's going to be what, like 1 Celsius?
No, it's more than that right now. I can tell you that for a fact.
It is
4 degrees Celsius.
Michelle, it's 0 here. 0 degrees Celsius, Michelle.
Yeah. 32
Yeah, we got the goose egg right now. Yep.
It's about 40 degrees Fahrenheit right now.
Yeah, it's not too bad, but yeah. I got to get out here in a minute. I got to head to the store, get some errands done.
Let's see.
But yeah, I'm kind of procrastinating a bit. I'm sure I'll get done and back before Ed does. But yeah, it's a remarkable day. Ed's out of the house. He's getting his own beer.
Said, I would like to live chat. Don't want to be on the panel, as I'm doing other stuff at the same time.
Quite all right, Krista. We Michelle and everyone else is happy just to have your company here in the chat.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily have to join the panel. It's just good to have people watching the show.
I don't know if Krista got the show link. I should give it to her. So anyway, like I said, let me give her the show link.
God damn this.
Copy. Share link. Copy link. Okay. We are live now. Okay.
Miss DVR.
Live. Now. Yeah, I really don't know. You know, so she can't be on the panel. She goes to the piano. I'm sorry. Why is the piano? I don't think it has notes and it doesn't make sounds. Ding dong
Oh,
dong
I
ding
gotta run,
dong.
Michelle. I'll talk to you guys
Although some of
later.
the soundboards, you seriously wonder. Hey there, Krista. Edmund, go get some beer. I'm gonna send you a message about when you and I are gonna be going shopping after New Year's. On a Tuesday. We'll see if we can get that arranged. And I also have to renew my state ID card too. You can do it before February. Yeah, if you want to go, I gotta make an appointment though for that for the DMV. So I gotta call them up because it's a real ID. I hate that name, Real ID. What is it fake? No, it's a real ID. Why don't you call it what it is? VIP ID. Very important person ID. Why do you call it real ID? Because you got the golden star on it? Like, really? I don't understand why
What are
they
you
call.
talking about?
How you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Doing all right. So I gotta renew my real ID. I gotta make an appointment with the DMV. But I also gotta find out which days are good for Krista and see if I can schedule for morning on Tuesday. So, um, so I'm gonna contact Krista later on and ask her, or she might, since she's in chat, maybe in the chat section, maybe she can tell me which, or let me get back to Krista and let me know which Tuesday would be good for going to the grocery store, and which we gotta do blood work also. Oh, when is Dr. Lummibaum's appointment anyway?
Krista said, Michelle, Krista said, we'll make it in the appointment, but don't make it on a Thursday and try to make it in the morning.
Right, I know that. That's what she likes. She doesn't want to do it on Thursday. She wants it in the morning.
Right. I think she says you have to make an appointment.
We'll make an appointment, but don't make it on a Thursday and try to make it in the mornings. And morning is much better for me. I understand that, Chris. I get it. But let's see what the situation with Dr. Lemmy Bio is. Yeah, let's see. February.
And she said not this Tuesday either.
Okay. Well, I'm open to most days of the week. I don't see Dr. Lemmy Bio here at all.
Why are they tracking them, Red? Why not just steal them?
Usually I see him on a Thursday.
Who, your doctor?
Yeah. The thing is, I don't see it in here, so I must have forgot to put it in my phone. I got the printed information. But definitely say the beginning of February, we're definitely going to do the blood work. And then I'll see if I can try to change it to a telemed appointment.
I understand they track them to steal them, but I mean, why do they track them in the first place? Why not just steal them? Then they track them until they get to a secure spot. That's what I'm asking. Smart ass.
What's this about?
He made a statement that thieves are tracking cars to steal them, and I'm asking them why are they tracking them? Why not just, if they see the car, why not just steal it?
Yeah.
Oh.
When do you get to the doctor's? I'll take you in the time. It's in February. Yeah, but I mean, I don't want to go through the same bullshit because there's still be Omicron and go, you're gonna have to sit in your car and wait. I'm like, you're kidding me, right?
I wish Krista would join the panel. She doesn't do phone calls or anything, Krista. And I don't think anyone else is going to join the panel.
Well, she just
and
says
nobody can see you.
Right now, speaking of that, Red Foreman's coming on the panel now, so.
Oh, well, he's a mute, so
yeah, I know.
Don't worry about him.
Go ahead, Red. Yeah, I know the Apple tile equivalents.
Krista said next week. She's asking if Friday would be okay for shopping.
Next week. See, Friday might work fine. Because I don't have to get a lot. I mean, I want to get some things. Like, for example, I really like that chocolate almond milk. But this stuff's hard to get. I don't know why. Silk is good, but the other ones are hard to find. Like the Stop and Shop has their own, which is pretty good.
Get almond milk and just get some Hershey syrup. Make your own.
You could, but you could also make regular chocolate milk too. Yeah, well, Michelle likes the almond milk because it tastes good and it's better for her. It's healthier.
Really, Cruiser? I was raised right outside of Chicago as well.
He was raised in Illinois, right outside of Chicago.
Oh, he's lying.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. She's doing other stuff. Okay.
Well, why don't we get McKinley Cruiser on here? Considering what time in the morning it is for him right now. He probably just woke up early this morning and like, okay, I'm here. Let's go do some work today. Yeah. Well, I'm doing all this stuff while watching the show. Yeah, I know she's busy. She's taking care of her daughter right now. Anyway, so what we found out is the BS that Fauci said that Omicron was going to be doom and gloom turned out to be total incorrect. Omicron is really not as bad as they said it was going to be. And then they keep saying is, you just wait, Mr. Higgins. You just wait. There's another virus with your name on it. Oh, come on. Give me a break. We don't need any more killers out there, do we? Really. They say that there's another one just being formulated in the works to be more deadly and more virulent. I swear to God, somebody's creating these things.
Well, yeah, and then things mutate, and then we go into pandemics. And
they say it's not COVID, though. It's something completely different.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure it's something combined of the COVID, the cold, the flu virus, chicken pox.
Scarlet fever.
It's probably a massive one.
Seems like everybody wants to kill everybody. Kind of sad, actually.
I hear someone in your background. Is Ed back?
Is it better? I don't know why. It's like somebody's always out there trying to kill you. Why, are we really that bad of people that you want us dead? Oh.
Well, it's population control, right? That's what they're trying to do.
I've heard that.
Get rid of the weak.
Yeah, that's why I don't think.
That's why they try to target certain certain groups.
I hear someone making noise.
Yeah, I heard someone talking in the background.
Yeah, maybe that is
But
Ed
it didn't
talking in the
sound like Ed.
background.
It didn't sound like Ed. Does Ed have a friend over?
Yeah, let's see, who is it? Hey, is that you? Yeah, I'm back, yeah. Alright. You put the walker back in the storage bin?
Where did he bring that?
It's a simple yes or no question, Ed.
I know. I'm trying to get the groceries in here. I don't know where he put it. Wait a minute.
Where is it, downstairs?
I don't know. Let me go check. I'm trying to do all these things at once.
Did you park it at least out of the way so people don't steal it? Where'd you put it? Yeah, that was it. They just want to get everybody scared. Yes, I know. The COVID-19 and the new variant it's not something funny, but they just want to get you overly scared about it. Yeah, so you can get the government to say, you can go to the government and growl to it and say, save us, save us, save us. When the government's the one that's mixing up these Mickeys in the first place. Yeah, I don't think the government can save you. Whoever created these viruses need to stop. It's not funny. You're right. And why aren't they investigating where these things are coming from for criminal mischief or for terrorist acts? I mean, this is not funny. And if it is an organization, then they should be sued to an inch of their life along and prosecuted to the maximum extent of international law. Well, he got the beer. Now he has to go down and get the walker and stuff it in the storage bin. You know. Yeah, I think somebody is indeed making this stuff up in the lab. I got a feeling some terror cell might be doing it or something. What do you think?
I honest to God, think it's our own government.
I don't think it's just our government, because it started out in China, but our government's worker Fauci had something to do with it. So,
no, I thought
it
started here, right? And they gave it to somebody in China.
I got a ride to the
store. Oh, you got a ride to the store?
Yeah, and I also went and pick some food up at the same time.
Okay, so you didn't need the walker then?
I got butter and I got some other stuff also. Food.
All right. Yeah. So that's still in the storage bin. All right. So you got a ride from somebody. I think the government's just trying to get some kind of power over and if you're strong, you'll live. It's not, you'll die. Well, I'm pretty strong. I lived when I broke my kneecap. I lived when I got a hairline fracture in my hip, which is before the kneecap. I lived, when I had the flu pretty bad. High school. I never got any STDs. I never got AIDS. I never got HPV. I never got any of that stuff. I've had bronchitis as a kid, and I survived that. So, there's a good chance that I would survive this too, because the fact is, number one, I'm careful, which is key. And number two is I try to be very wary of what I eat to make sure I don't eat anything really nasty. I do not believe that Christus says Red Foreman.
Bronchitis.
Bronchitis. I had that in elementary school.
Yeah, I've had bronchitis quite a few times.
Yeah. Well, the point is I might be old, but I'm not out. I mean, that's still moving. Okay. Yeah, I see. Yeah, okay, good. Refrigerate. I gotta go make some more tea, but
Are you guys gonna do anything like special for a meal for New Year's or
probably not. Not New Year's Eve
no?
anyway. Because really, to me,
You
New
mu-
Year's Eve is just another day of the week. It's just a
so you
flip
don't
over the
have any
calendar. It's nothing, to me, it's not a big deal.
you don't have any special traditions. My mom used to
No, I
do
don't.
she used to have pickled herring New Year's Eve. Like
Oh.
she would eat it right after midnight struck, and it was supposed to bring in good luck.
Ugh.
I don't know if that's a Polish or a German thing. I'd never touched this stuff, but she did it.
Yeah, well, you don't want to touch
Does
the
anyone
Swedish.
have any?
You don't want to
Does anyone
touch.
have any? Go ahead. Sorry.
I said I don't want to ever touch this the Swedish stuff, the sastroni. Oh God, yeah, that stuff will really definitely would send the
Oh
hazmat team
yeah,
right to your door.
yeah. That stuff is nasty. But does anybody in the chat have any New Year's Eve traditions or New Year Day traditions, or maybe some resolutions? Do you have any resolutions, Michelle?
Just the usual. Try to keep working on my weight.
Yeah.
Try to get my weight down, which has been an uphill battle of bulge ever since I was a teenager. When my thyroid finally started malfunctioning, it's really when I exploded. But I've always had a weight problem all my life. Brian K says they're laying in wait. Prime rib and crab legs instead, please.
I'm going to Dabs. That sounds so good.
I mean, one of the things for me is like sometimes when I look at food and stuff, it's like, you know, I'm not really. Sometimes I don't really get hungry for food. I mean, some days I look at the typical food, it reminds me kind of a bit just boring, you know. You know, some food sometimes I just don't want to eat anything, and sometimes I don't. And then some days I'm like, I want to raid the refrigerator and basically eat everything.
Yeah, well, you and Ed should step outside the box and, try some new food.
Yeah. Well, right now,
those are good resolutions.
There has been talk about the original Kamala Harris proposal for the $2,000 a month. Honestly, I don't think it's going to happen just everybody, because if they did, it would be more or less focused probably for the very, very disenfranchised groups like those on disability checks. I mean, I'd be happy if someone says, here's $200 a month, kid. You know, that'll be fine for me, because I got my YouTube income coming in, plus I got my Patreon income coming in, plus I got my Streamlabs store income coming in, but right now I haven't sold nothing new. What's this?
Egg and cheese muffin I got for you.
Can you put? And I'm not gonna eat right now. Oh, fuck. All right, fine. It's still hot. Ow, gotta let this cool. Anyway. What the heck?
No, what did he bring you?
Egg and cheese muffin. It looks like it's a homemade one too. No, it's not.
Oh.
It's a McDonald's one. No. It smells like.
Came from Cumberland Farms.
Ew! Is there mustard on this?
No.
Well, it looks like there's mustard.
No, that's cheese. It's melted cheese.
Oh, that's cheese?
Yeah, it's cheese. There's no mustard.
Okay. For some reason I thought it was mustard, because it looked like mustard. As I see the egg, I see the... Oh, okay. Yeah, it's cheese. It's cheese. Right now, it's kind of hot.
Brian wants to know. Brian wants to know if you might possibly be pregnant because your eating habits are all over the place.
I don't think so because we haven't. Michelle hasn't had done anything lately. Right.
Well, Mary never did nothing, and she got pregnant.
Yeah, except she said, "I do" to God. Carlos says we need 4 stimulus checks in 2022. Honestly, guys, turns out Omicron turned out the big giant nothing. Big giant nothing. Omicron was a giant fizzle. Nothing at all. Here's Fauci saying it's going to be the end of the world, and it doesn't turn out to be anything but a big giant nothing.
Morning, Noodles. Morning, Carlos. Do you guys have any New Year resolutions or traditions? We're kind of talking about New Year's. We're trying to get Michelle to do a New Year's Eve show.
Well, I'm not interested.
I know you're not.
What's the last time you had your... I don't actually have a physical period, guys. I can tell you that right now. I don't get a physical period.
Oh, well, then you probably can't get
But I get the
pregnant
emotional part of it. I get the total roller coaster, which drives me crazy.
Thanks for that, Noodle. I'm glad you're satisfied with it.
Yeah. I know, Noodles. I'm saying that after you get COVID and have a short vacation. Homeless people do not wear masks and are not vaxxed. Actually, some of them are. Because the vaccine was pretty much free, so they took advantage of it. And I do know at least one homeless person that does wear masks. Homeless Mike wears a mask.
Well, actually, he's got a place now, so I guess it's not really fair to call him Homeless Mike anymore.
I don't really know if he's still there, though. He might have moved on.
Maybe.
I don't know, because I saw him yesterday. He asked me if I could come to my house and charge my phone. And I said to him nicely, I said, sorry, no, you can't, because my landlord doesn't want you here. I said, but the other Cumberland Farms has outlets inside the store if you want to go in there and charge your phone in the other Cumberland Farms. And there's an outlet on the patio you can charge your phone at, too.
What's a gulag, Brian?
Prison. Actually, we do.
Oh.
The FEMA camps. There's a gulag. That the economy is still not good. We can use a stimulus check. Yes, I agree.
Any more big donations, Noodles?
All I know is that the situation with the internet and with the donations is we're almost made as much right now this month as we did in November to the donations. If we can hit $200, that would be a real smashing success, because then we can actually put that towards that $400 towards my Capital One card. And I can still get the video card at the same time.
Or you could put it aside for possibly another place to move to.
Well, Michelle wanted the video card. At the same time, you can pay $200 this month at Capital One, and $200 next month at Capital One, and then $200 a month after that to Capital One, and so on and so forth. get the principal down to that car down to 0, and then she'll be able to not only use that to increase her FICO score, so then she'll have a better credit rating for the landlords that do credit checks. Some of them really.
You bought a ring noodles?
Yeah. And they pay the homeless with Hello points. Yeah. Well, I thought hollow points were supposed to be safer than lead bullets.
No, hollow points I think are stronger. If I remember right.
Hmm. Yeah, so go out there and I definitely think that there definitely is a population control issue going on. Ed asked me, he says, do you think we're seriously going to be seeing a civil war in this country? So, yeah, it's already setting up for it. Because, look around you. You got, I'm going to rinse this teacup out and put some milk in it so I can wash this down with.
Okay.
First, let me finish this first, so I don't have to leave this food laying on the table. So, I think that
I don't know if I'll dress up Miss DVR. And I have been invited to go to a party, but I don't know. I guess it'll depend on the weather.
Yeah. The long-term trend show that right now El Nino is in the focus, but it does look like it's going to switch over to La Nina. I really wish it would snow. Come on, guys, we need snow. I'm working on it.
Oh my God. My cat's retarded. She fell off the table. You all right?
This is another reason why you need a shotgun. Don't listen to other shotgun reviews.
Chrissy. Here.
Hey Michelle, you should put that money aside for another place because I don't know what the circumstances are with Jimmy getting old. Yeah, I know that. However, if I pay off Capital One and keep the card in good standing, that's going to bring my credit score up about 50 points. Now, that's a major deal. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get some more, I'm going to get some more tea, I guess. I was going to get coffee, but milk, but so screw it. I'll just get some more tea, because I was already what's in the cup. So give me a minute, I'll go make some more tea.
What kind of, you hang mini alcohol bottles off your Christmas tree, Miss DVR? You sound like someone fun to hang with. Yeah, I agree, Krista. That one of the problems with Michelle, and God love her. I know she wants this video card, and she gets her mindset on it, but getting her to think of her priorities and her safety seems to be an issue here. I agree, Brian, that, a gun would be a good thing, but do you think it would be good for Michelle? A shotgun? I mean, I guess as long as she knows what end to point away from her, I mean, she would be safe. And she's kind of slow. I mean, if someone breaks into her place, I'm thinking that they would get to the gun first.
Stan's here. I gotta go. I can't stay. All right. He's coming. So at least you can say thank you. Yeah. He's getting so close to you, Ed.
Oh, Stan showed up. Well, Noodles, are they still wearing masks around you? I think they'll be safe. You know, every time you fart, you spray shit particles everywhere. And the only other thing is, like, if she has a gun or something like that in the home and Ed gets really angry at her, what's to stop him from grabbing it?
Stan CT is here. He just brought Ed some clothes.
Oh my God, Stan is such an amazing man.
So Ed just gets some clothes from Stan.
That's fantastic. Stan is a great guy.
Stan's describing
is he married?
So Ed's
married?
So Stan's describing to Ed what he got him right now. Unfortunately, I forgot to put the water back on the stove, so it kind of got cold a little bit, but it was still.
Well, don't you have a microwave?
Huh?
Don't you have a microwave?
Yeah, I do, but
could have popped it in there for a minute or two.
Yeah, it's fine. It'll steep fine. I mean, I can make cold brew tea too, which is just as good.
Hey, Craig. Merry Christmas.
Hi, Craig. How you doing? Craig says, Red Foreman, Happy New Year.
Merry you were in the hospital? Merry Christmas, Leo. I'm so glad you're out.
I haven't been in the chat too much since I was in the hospital for 2 or 3 days. Now I'm okay and back to work. Well, congratulations that you're back to work. I'm glad that you're.
I'm glad you're feeling better.
Yeah, and I'm also remember the message you said that your grandsons love the train stuff and the slack car stuff. Or is that somebody else that said that? I think he did. Carla says, should we kill all the homeless? Why can't we send them to...
Well, the way I view the homeless, some do it by choice, some don't have a choice, but any one of us could one day end up homeless.
Well, I mean, the way some people, like you said, some homeless choose to live that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some do choose.
So
a lot of them really, don't. I'm assuming,
so they're not homeless
I would assume that they would rather have a place.
They're homeless by choice. Think much, Leo. And then there are those that don't even try. Yeah.
Noodle, stay away from Michelle's hair.
Looks soft and sweet.
he wants to use your hair as toilet paper. Naughty, Noodle.
There's so much everybody. Okay, Craig Sr. said, thanks so much, everybody. I just was going to be in the chat from the hospital, but I couldn't get any Wi-Fi at the building. Must be steel or something. Yeah. Most hospitals, you can't get anything because of the computers, their medical equipment, everything.
His grandson is enjoying the train that he got.
What did they think of the slot cars? What did they think of the slot car system we set up for him? You have to pry my son-in-law away from the set trains and the cars. He's constantly playing with them. No way, babe, because they don't want people to call in for rights to escape. No, you know what? Actually, when I was at the ER, the problem is like people mentioned the building steel frame, and they the Wi-Fi that they have is like only for the doctors. There really isn't much of a
Jesus
hospital
Christ.
Wi-Fi for patients, and even if you did get access to hospital Wi-Fi for guests, it's so firewalled that you can't do much. You can't even stream from it. So, because they don't want you
I was
they don't
able
want you
to.
to tie up the internet on the hospital streaming a YouTube stream like this one. Okay, so
The hospital I went to, Michelle, they give you laptops and the Wi-Fi is amazing there.
yeah. Well, some hospitals, like the one I was in, didn't have even Wi-Fi. It was anything very good. It was so
Oh wow.
firewalled. It wasn't even funny. The public Wi-Fi was like, oh, yeah, you can watch YouTube videos, but you can't stream it.
Yeah. Well, this hospital, it's very windowy, and I'm almost wondering that like a hospital like Craig was in, where he didn't get reception, would be like a safer bet. Because you hear like when they have to evacuate hospitals when there's like tornadoes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder, if something like that happened where I was, if I wasn't very safe.
Carlos said, if this is Civil War, they'll tell you you have to fight, Michelle. You got to fight. How well are you shooting a gun? Not a lot of people can kill someone and sleep at night. I don't really like killing anybody, even in World of Warcraft with my sword. But
No, I know if someone were to hurt me or my child, I'd have no problem killing them.
Right.
Or my animals.
That's one of the reasons I don't play PvP too much in World of Warcraft, player versus player, because I don't like the idea of hurting players.
Why did you fall off the table?
I just don't want to do that. So, unfortunately, when Michele flew into Westfall, which is Alliance territory, she's a badass anyway. She flew in, but she likes to take on the enemy mobs. But guess what? Then it's open season. Now she's getting smashed. Take you later, Stan. Thank you for bringing the stuff to Ed. Much appreciated. Happy New Year. Yeah, Happy New Year to you too. So anyway, like I said,
Morning, Tiger Kitty.
How you doing, Tiger Kitty? Let's see. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, let's get her on panel 2. So anyway, yeah. So the thing was,
I would love Tiger Kitty to come up.
I'm getting her on.
Yeah, I know. If she comes on though, I don't know. She's working or something today.
Maybe JoJo might come on too. So, like I said, it's like so I go into Westfall and I usually like to kill the mobs and the boars and things like that. And then, unfortunately, because the lions are enemies, they're all red. So I can't tell if it's a human that's red or if it's a mob that's red. They're both red, right? So one day I got surrounded by guards in Westfall. And of course, being the badass that my character is, I'm going out there and doing crowd control and mind flay and contagion and other things. And I'm saying to myself, whoa, are these people all mobs? Or are some of these real players that just happen to decide to join the elite? I mean, when I left, there was a lot of bodies on the ground, that was for sure. And I kind of felt bad because it was like, I didn't even come here to actually start any confrontation with the actual players. But they are the other faction, so, I mean, they're all red. So, I felt kind of bad. And I like flying around in the game. I like checking out the other parts of the World of Warcraft universe. So for me, that's a big deal, you know. So, yeah, that's just me. You know, I just like to do that. I see Red Foreman showing Andrew Scott pictures still.
Oh, that reminds me. Is Andrew been talking to you a lot privately, Michelle?
No, he hasn't. Not really.
Oh, he hasn't?
I haven't talked to
Okay.
him recently at all, actually.
I'm just kind of curious why he's coming back around, since, you know, he had nothing but horrible things to say about us, like, not more than a week ago.
Well, he knew I forgave him, so. And maybe he didn't think I was ever going to forgive him. But I did forgive him. Because he was having some hard
Yeah, but you
times.
didn't do nothing wrong to him.
Yeah, I know.
That's what I don't understand, is
To
that you didn't
forgive
do
is
anything
divine.
wrong.
I like I said, I forgave him. And even though I never did anything wrong to him. You know, he's probably was having his own...
I'm just saying, it's nice, it's good to forgive.
Right.
But be careful.
Yeah.
And remember, he comes from the drama side.
Say what?
Oh my gosh.
Carla said, Minos, do you ever get skid marks working in the summertime or swamp ass? I don't know what that is. Is that the same thing as that the non-digestible fat that causes anal leakage? Oh, God.
I don't know exactly what swamp ass is.
Yeah. So, I would really kind of wish that maybe Andrew could talk to me in private. I would like to talk to him in private. And I do have his... I've chatted to him through his comment section, yeah. We were talking about games that he likes to play. Like he was showing him testing OBS with Final Fantasy 1, which was the old single-player version of Final Fantasy. And I said, it looks a lot like World of Warcraft 3. He says, it's a single-player game. It's an older Windows game. I said, yeah, I know. So we're talking about Windows games and software. I said, I really like playing World of Warcraft. To me, it's fun. I love it. You know, it's... You see...
Oh, sorry to interrupt, but it's important this time.
What's that?
Jimmy wants me to drive his truck to Thomaston for him, so I'm going to Thomaston with Jimmy. I'll be back in a little while.
Okay. Yeah. That'll be good for you to get some exercise. Yeah. Awesome. Oh. Hey, you got the truck. Why don't you see if you can go to Walmart and see if you can find a little dresser or something, or go get the Lowe's and go pick up some 30-inch 2x4s.
I don't know. I gotta take him to pick up his truck. That's why we're picking up the truck, because something happened out of town, so I gotta pick it up for him, because he needs a driver to bring him back here. So.
All right. Well, that's good. That's good. You can talk to him about the other stuff you want to talk to him too, Ed, about. Give him a suggestion for the laundromat. Ed. Yeah, because that laundromat would make him a very happy rich man. See, we were suggesting that Jimmy should put a laundromat downstairs on one of the vacant storefronts, so that the tenants could have access to on-site laundry, coin-operated. And it would also be open to the public.
I'm surprised he doesn't have that. Most apartment places do.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. He should put a laundromat downstairs in the old nail salon. They took all the nail salon stuff out, so there's room for 3 washers and 3 dryers. I was just explaining to Leo about the laundromat idea. Yeah. I mean, I lived in a few places that didn't have laundromats, but yeah, complexes usually do have a laundromat.
Oh, where's their mask?
What's that?
I gotta get a mask.
Okay.
They're pulling people over because of that.
All right, so let me first talk to these guys. Yeah, I mean, when I lived in Celeron Skirt, they had a laundromat. River Run Apartments, when I was a kid, had many laundromats for tenants downstairs that were coin-operated. They didn't use just prepaid cards like the McGray did and all that, and some of the other ones. So it was nice because you can just go ahead and put your quarters in. Of course, you had to have quarters. They didn't have change machines. But Jimmy could do the same thing. He could have a laundromat downstairs, 3 washing machines, 3 gas dryers. He could have a place like a laundry service like McGray come out and maintain the machines. And so then he makes commission on the, profit, for the cost.
Yeah.
And that's going to be good.
I'm very surprised. Like the laundromats here, just to do a regular size load is almost $3, and they still want you to put a bunch of quarters into them. I'm surprised they haven't changed that over to dollar bills yet.
I don't know. That's why a lot of them have gone to cards.
Yeah.
But a lot of them still don't have. Some of those card machines don't have bill acceptors. But you can load up with a website. You can load it up with your debit card.
Yeah, the bigger one I used to go to you could load your card up, but the one closer to me is all quarters, and it's like you need $30-$40 quarters just to do me and my daughter normal clothes. It's ridiculous, like carrying around a giant load.
There's a bank right next door to my house, and there's an ATM right next door, so it's not like you gotta go really too far to get a roll of quarters. The bank's right.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's not just a roll anymore. It's like 3 rolls of quarters.
Well, it depends on how much laundry you're doing. Like the wash I did, because on Tuesday, when I went with Krista to the Ladybug, it was $2.75 for the wash. And it was like 6 quarters for $1.50 for the dry.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't like really bad.
Morning, FC.
I don't know if Ed is smart enough and he can convince Jimmy to do it. Jimmy could really seriously be making it like gangbusters around here, because none of the apartments.
I don't think it. I think it may be just too much of a hassle for him, though.
That's why, if he has a company like McGray come in that just maintains the machines, he just basically gets paid. He probably would be more willing to do that.
That's the other thing too. He would have to pay for a maintenance person. His quarters get stuck and everything else.
Yeah, I know. That's where someone like McGray or one of the other commercial sites would be good. They would come and maintain the machines. I mean, Jimmy would just have to pay for the gas and electric. That's all. But that
FC would like to schedule a sit down with Ed.
Ed would like to schedule a sit down with Ed. Well, right now Ed is on his way to Thomaston, so he's going to do a sit down with Jimmy today.
No, but I'm sure FC means just eventually.
Yeah. So here's a recap, guys. Ed is on the way to Thomaston with the landlord. So, which means that he's going to have a whole lot of time to talk to Jimmy, because Jimmy asked him to drive to Thomaston.
I think you meant warmest wishes, Craig, but woman's wishes.
Yeah. For your consciousness,
I think you meant warmest.
Warmest wishes, woman's wishes. Maybe in a way, woman's wishes also means maybe he wishes your woman's warmest wishes, because Craig's wife is suffering from some mental health issues right now. She's doing better with therapy, but this pandemic really caused her a lot of anxiety, and so she's, he's worried about his wife. I'm sure she's just as worried about her husband, especially with his heart,
Well, I wouldn't do it tomorrow, FC. Well, maybe, because he got his beer all set for New Year's Eve.
Yeah. When will Ed be back? It doesn't have to be today. Well, I'm sure he'll be back home by tonight. I mean, I don't know what he's doing in Thomaston for Jimmy, but Jimmy did hired him to drive, so driving the landlord. I guess that would be like driving Mr. Daisy or something. Mr.
Or driving me crazy.
Yeah. Well, it'll be nice to Ed and have a good time cruising. I mean, it's not a recreational trip, but maybe he might actually just enjoy it, you know? Getting behind the wheel of a motor vehicle, feel the open road under his feet, feeling it through the steering wheel. Sounds kind of nice, actually. Being able to go far away, even if it's somebody else's truck, you know. But Ed's going to be enjoying that, you know, like.
You know, I'm really surprised, though, like with Ed, how he constantly talks about wanting to get a vehicle, that he doesn't put the extra money aside instead of buying trains to possibly get, like, you know, a vehicle.
I think he's impatient. I think the problem is the way he thinks is that if I can't get it this month, then fuck it. That's the kind of way he thinks, and it's kind of very sad.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, it's a tourist thing. Okay, they're like that. They're like impatient. They don't like waiting. Okay, Virgo is a little more methodical, like me, and going as, okay, I can't get the video card in January, but maybe I can get it in February. Or maybe I can wait until March, because I can be shoving all that money into my Capital One card, lowering the principal, which will increase my credit score and lower the monthly payments.
Just out of curiosity, though, Michelle, and $300 for a video card, what would it be for a brand new... What are you getting it for, your desktop?
No, it's not brand new. It's refurbished.
No, but what would it be for a brand new computer?
Well, the Mac Mini, M1 Mac Mini, which is 256 gigabytes of hard drive space and how much RAM? It's like 8 gigabytes is like $699. So, and that's the new M1 Mac Mini. But the problem with that, they've said, is with 8 gigabytes of RAM, because it's got integrated graphics in the system, you really need more RAM than that if you're going to be doing anything seriously high powered. So then you want to go with the 16 gigabytes. And since the memory and the hard drive SSDs all combined together, you really want to look into everything and basically get the best you can get. It's like $1,299. So it's like, yeah. And then I looked at the 2014 and newer Mac Minis, and they're all like sealed shut. You can't even upgrade the memory on them. You can't really upgrade the hard drive on them. The last one that was fully upgradable was the 2012, but that's only using 4,000 graphics, and that's not worth it because it's just not going to be able to run World of Warcraft. So,
how old is the computer you have now, Michelle?
2009 Mac Pro.
So it's 12 years old?
Yeah. Let me pull up the specs on this thing here. Let me put the specs on the screen. I just got to pull up the quick about this Mac. So let me pull up this. Let's see if I can show you this on the screen here. So let's go to the screen we all know. It's called About This Computer on the Mac. C3. You're killing me. Where is it? Profile about this Mac. Here we go. Okay, hit Ock. Fade it in. This is the machine right here. This is the specs of this computer here. And this machine has been more than speedy for most everyday work. I never really saw any reason to upgrade it. It's like the last of the expandable cheese graters before the 2018 one, 19 one came out. This is the one that's got 5 PCIe slots. Is it 5 or is it 4? I think it's 4, but one's a double wide. Yeah, for video card. And you can see it's a pretty nice machine. I don't know if all those specs mean anything to you. You can upgrade the processor tray and put in a 3.46, 3.66 gigahertz dual intercore Xenon processors. But it's giving you a total of 12, 12 cores, 24 threads. It can bring the RAM up to 56 gigabytes. Which would be way overkill for what I need it for. I mean, if you were doing heavy-duty video processing, you would probably buy that kind of spec. But that's the machine I got now. That's the specs I have there. And 2020 Apple. That's how old it says the copyright is on this. It's a Mac Pro early 2009 processors, a 2.66 gigahertz quad-core Intel Xenon. 16 gigabytes, 10.66 front side bus, DDR3, hard disk is High Sierra 2, graphics is AMD Radeon HD7XXX, 3 gigabytes of RAM, and there's a serial number on it. So, that's a machine that I've had, and I bought it on eBay. I paid good money for like $600 for this machine. It was a recycled computer from a salvage yard, and it's been steady and stable and does what I want. So I'm happy with it. And I don't really see a reason to replace it right now. Other than the fact that it sucks a lot of power. It's 950 watt power supply on it. Good morning to Tommy. How you doing? No, I'm a Mac user. Sorry, I wouldn't use Windows. This computer does have a Windows partition, but I can't use it because the video card doesn't have an EFI boot ROM. You know what? I have a question for you. What? Are you sure you can't install the other operating system without the video card on the SSD? Upgrade to Mojave on the other video card. Are you sure it doesn't work at all? I don't know. Yeah, okay, I see. See, if I get the EFI boot ROM, you have an advantage. And you'll be able to actually hold on the Alt key and switch to different disk drives and find out. You'll also see any diagnostic or error messages. Why I wouldn't be going right into Mojave. I know I can't do that. So I would be installing it blind. Yeah. Hope you feel better soon, Tiger. Are you loading up on vitamin C and D? FC, I have some Envernectin. Gonna be
ivermectin.
Okay. What I know I've heard.
Oh, she got the antiviral stuff, I think.
Okay. Is that the horse stuff that they suggest people use?
That's what she said, the horse drug.
Okay. Oh, that sucks. Okay. So anybody, B vitamin
Yeah,
C
I like Windows
as well,
better.
and melanin helps. Yeah. I take thiamines, niacin, so I get plenty of B13 or B12. Which one's niacin? Is that B13? I know it's a B vitamin, but I don't know which letter it is. Everybody just calls
I don't know if I've ever heard of B13. I've heard of B12.
B6, B12.
Yeah, B1, I think. Yeah.
Niacin, riboflavin, thiamine, a few of them. Some vitamin C and D. Zythro, that will help too. Vitamin D, melanin, and vitamin D vitamins will help recovery. You can also get melanin by sitting under a sun lamp. Same thing with the vitamin D. So if you have a sun lamp, you can get yourself a nice winter tan at the same time. Use as directed, please. Because, the UVC from the sun lamp could also damage your eyes if you're not careful. Because a lot of them...
because it's supposed to be like the sun.
Right. Most of them try to produce just UVA and UVB, but many of them, which use the arc lamps, also produce UVC. So make sure to use the proper safety goggles and follow the instructions.
A Z-Pack, azithromycin.
Oh.
I love Z-Packs. Take them for 5 days and they work for 10.
Ask your doctor for the new the pills either from Pfizer or Merck. Speaking of stuff, I gotta use the bathroom soon. But everybody, I just want to say is like I am gonna go make a quick run into the bathroom. Could you entertain the troops for me a little bit while I use the bathroom?
Sure, sure, Michelle.
All right, because it'll take me a few minutes. It's not pee, unfortunately, so I'll be out shortly.
Oh,
right.
Okay. The McDonald's is going right through her. Yeah. What do you think, FC, of the? I think it's called elderberry or eder. I think it's elderberry. It's supposed to be like a immune booster. I think that's a lot of the problems with people nowadays, and you get sick is we're all vitamin deficient because the foods we eat, we don't eat right, we don't get enough sun. Oh, you got Lyme disease? Yeah, I love Z-Packs. They don't seem to have many side effects, and it's a well-rounded antibiotic. We used to prescribe that a lot for people. And the fact that it works, you only take it for 5 days and it works for 10 in your system. I think that antibiotic is like one of my favorite. It is a little weird, Gianni, but I think Jimmy might have got a hold of him instead. I don't. It doesn't look like Ed's going to be moving out from after the conversation I had with Michelle and Ed the other day. He's playing on her. He can't afford another place. And, that's tugging at her heartstrings. Oh, okay. So okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I have a friend that she gets it, and I was looking at it the other day. I thought, it might not be a bad idea to start taking this. So it doesn't look like Michelle's going to do a New Year's Eve show. She said she's going to do a New Year's Day one. Unless somebody can change her mind. But Schmeckel tried, I tried. A couple other people I'm sure have tried.
I took the sun back on.
Oh, that was fast.
Take long.
Did you wash your hands?
All right. So, yes, I did wash my hands. Yeah. Alice Jones sells the best pills. Tommy R. She needs to lock him out.
Yeah, that's kind of what Schmeckel suggested to her. But she could always call me or whatever if there's an issue, I guess.
And he did say he was going to talk to the landlord, and obviously he's driving his truck. So you're going to get a good chance that he's going to have lots of time to talk to the landlord about this issue.
Yeah, I honestly, I know you want to table the Ed thing, but I honestly do believe that he would be happier in his own place.
I told him that. I said, you would be happy in your own place because you would have the whole apartment to do whatever you want to do with it. Right now, you're sharing an apartment with somebody else, and there's an issue of space, and if you actually had your own place, you could put the trains where you want them.
And I bet he's never had his own place, probably, right?
No, he did.
Always lived with
He did have his own apartment here years ago.
Oh, did he? Oh, he did?
Yeah, prior to 2018, he had an apartment here. He did have one prior to the old porch falling down. He had an apartment here. So around 2015, prior to that, he had an apartment here for a few years. And the problem is that I don't know if he can afford to get an apartment here now because he doesn't have Section 8. So.
Okay, Stan, that's not a problem. And even later, I might, because I got to go out and do my job for a couple hours too. I might even catch you after that, maybe this evening.
Yeah. If you have a few minutes after the show, catch me on Discord. Exactly. Ed isn't going apparently. Not right now, but he is talking to Jimmy today because he's driving. So hopefully Jimmy and him can discuss the issue that Ed is worried, concerned about too, and see what happens. Because if they can get an apartment in this building, then he would be like all set. He would have no major problem moving. He wouldn't have to pay a security deposit because he's already paying rent. Maybe Jimmy might just go, okay, I've got an apartment for you for right now for $400 a month. I can let you stay in my landlord's apartment because I don't stay there all the time. And then Ed would probably still come up here to eat. Which sounds fine with me. Last night we didn't fight at all.
All these people want you to do a New Year's Eve show. I'm just wondering how much money you could make that night.
I don't know. My tarot card readings.
When people start to drink, they start to get giving.
Yeah, that's true. How many tarot card readings can we do that night? Come on, we did pretty good. I don't know. We did pretty good with the tarots yesterday. What did you think about the way the tarot readings went yesterday?
I think they were really good, Michelle. I think you're getting really good.
Yeah. Me and Lumi kind of spell each other at the wheel. Sometimes I don't always get a card understanding. She grabs up picks up on the card and says, that's what it means.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of an interesting way of doing it. Like one time I shuffled the cards, Michelle read them. That was weird. And then, of course, a couple times, Michelle does the spread, and then she looks at him, she says, what does this mean? And they look at him, oh, I understand what that means. And it's like, boom, 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 boom. And she's like, oh, okay. Ed has violent tendencies in his own manner of time. Yeah, I know. Well, he's talking to the landlord. That's the goal. I mean, right now, he can pay the landlord right now. He can go right to the ATM. He can get out the $400 right now. He's got the money in the bank. He's got his debit card with him. You can just go right to the ATM. Take out his money just came in early on his Walmart card. So he can go right to the ATM, take out the $400 and hand it right to Jimmy right there and then on the spot. He doesn't need me to do that. I mean, if he's got the truck, maybe he'll do just that.
How long has it been since Ed drove?
How long has it been since what? Drove?
Ed drove a car.
Oh, Officially, I would say around 2005.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because he didn't have.
I hope.
Oh yeah, if you include his motorhome, a little bit longer than that. But basically,
She left
if
you.
you include the motorhome, probably about 2010. So for Ed, being on the open road will feel like a breath of fresh air.
No, let's just hope that it's a safe journey.
Well, I think it'll be a safe journey. But if for some reason it didn't end up being a safe journey, we wouldn't have to worry about the Ed problem anymore, would we? That's macabre. Yeah. But in a way, it's kind of what everybody wants here anyway.
Yeah, how did this arrangement come about? Did Ed call him or did Jimmy call Ed?
Jimmy, he saw Jimmy, and Jimmy said to him, "Hey, I need to go to Thomaston. I would like to know if you would like to drive the truck for me." Because Jimmy has a hard time driving with his wrist injury. Remember, he's got a broken wrist that the doctors couldn't fix. Remember I told you about karma?
Yeah.
So Jimmy went to 4 orthopedic surgeons and they couldn't fix his wrist.
Well, Jimmy and, Ed doesn't have very good karma right now. I'm not even going to say it. But they're in the same truck together.
Yeah, but maybe Mother God might just give them a reprieve. You don't know. I mean, karma's kind of interesting when you think about it. Yeah, karma can be kind of a cruel, harsh mistress, but sometimes, depending on the situation, it might say, well, as far as I'm concerned, the situation has been balanced out. You fell, you broke your knee. Jimmy fell and broke his wrist on the same ice problem. Because the back was the skating rink in 2019, December. So maybe Karma's saying there's no reason to do anything more because that's been balanced. The man who forgot the sand and salt and grit is now basically has suffered setbacks because of his own transgressions and not sanding, salting, and gritting his driveway in the back.
Oh, I have another question too, Michelle. Who was that guy that came up on panel the other day? That Michael
asked the cars if we should get a life too. What does that mean? TVR says, wait, what? Create an ice storm. Honey, I've been trying to get ready to make snow, but the stupid temperatures from the south is just not moving out of our friggin' way. I can make all the snow I want in the Midwest right now, but the East Coast is just not getting it. I can't figure out how I'm going to get the stupid southern jet flow out of here because of the El Nino. I got to get El Nino in here.
The wind god. Michelle, who was that man that came up on panel the other day, that Michael guy?
Michael Celine guy?
The one that came on panel?
Yeah, that Michael Celine guy. And it turns out to be his real name.
Who is he?
I don't know anything about him, but he's been on the channel. He's been on YouTube before on my channel. I thought originally I thought he was I thought he was a troll spoofer. But apparently that's his real name.
He seemed generally concerned.
Right. Craig, there was 6 hours, 53-minute stream the other night where Ed acted like an animal again. Stan was nice enough to go up the next day. Leo may have timestamps right near the end of the show, basically. Yeah.
You did 2 streams that night.
Right. The first one is the one he cut off. The second one was not a live stream we did publicly.
Mm-hmm.
We never streamed the second part after he pulled it off or unplugged the computer. So right there, say about the last 30 minutes of that stream is where you can really see Ed going on a rampage.
I think there's something in the Discord too during our private conversation, too, that I don't know who edited it or whatever, but I think there's something in the Discord too, Craig, you should probably look at. That'll kind of fill you in a little bit on things. I started watching the Christmas show. I have a couple of those, like where he threatened to smash her stuff.
Yeah.
FC.
Yeah, that's still there for members only right now. But it's there. As long as YouTube doesn't get strike or threatening to yank it off the air.
Yeah, it's there.
That's why it's not. That's why it's not open to just public consumption, because there's too many YouTuber strikers out there that are looking for ways to make trouble for the streams. It's also monetized. No, it's not, because of the music. Right. I was thinking the same thing. Everybody better stay off the streets. I wish I was a fly on the wall in that truck.
I don't know if I'd even want to be a fly. Maybe a spectator from driving behind him.
It's there for the police not to see. What do you mean by that?
Well, if somebody needed access to it, Michelle,
I can send a copy of that information to the police. I'm sure I can download it and re-upload it to Google Drive. And send the link to the ones to police, but I don't think they're going to want to sit through a 6-hour stream. I think that'd be insanely too much to ask for that police department.
Well, no, that's why I want to get timestamps of it. I'm almost through the first one. I got a little bit left of the first one, but I mean, he was acting up kind of throughout the stream.
Yeah. But you know, you gotta admit though, some of those people are really trying to push his buttons pretty bad though.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing, Michelle. You know,
we can't stop them from doing that. Even though
you can't stop them from doing it, and he knew that was a possibility. And it's okay that he gets mad at those people. The problem is he transfers his anger onto you because you're in his physical location,
right,
and that's what people are worried about. Nobody has a problem with him yelling and screaming at people, calling up, saying nasty things to him. The problem is that he attacks you because of it.
Right. Someone say the expression "you attack the one you hurt the one you love," I think kind of applies here.
Well, yeah, I mean, and you're the person like right in his
and
vicinity,
then he got really jealous of Andrew Scott, because Andrew Scott was saying something which is not the Christmas stream, but one a week later, and Ed was like, "Oh, wait, you're threatening to break my trains?" First of all, Andrew was just talking, you know. I don't think he seriously would do that.
Well, if you listen back, Andrew said, you know, because you're acting up, Ed, and the fact that, you know, you're threatening me and Michelle, you know, that's when he started attacking his train stuff.
Right.
So, I mean, it wasn't really that Andrew started too much with him. It was just his jealousy, I think, overrid his best decision, or, you know what I mean?
I don't get why a 3-bedroom apartment available for $1,000 and change, and you're paying so much rent for yours. My apartment for one person was $800 a month. Landlord Jimmy is charging at $1,200 or $300 or $400 separately. Okay, it's not paid to me; it's paid to Jimmy. Okay. He's not a subleasee here with me, okay? So Jimmy means that Jimmy was responsible to find Ed a better place. or he's going to have to refund Ed his money and tell him to hit the road. And if he doesn't, he has the right to file evictions. But at the same time, since Ed has a driver's license, as Jimmy needs his help right now, maybe Jimmy might work with him in another way and give him an alternative sleeping accommodation. That's between Ed and Jimmy, not between me and Ed and Jimmy. Don't get me in the middle between the Jimmy and Ed thing. That's separate.
If I still had a home, Michelle, I would move you in an instant. I'd have no problem living with you.
Yeah, I don't know. People, I mean, I'm a Virgo, you're a Leo. I don't know. Leos and Virgos can kind of get together.
I get along with everybody, Michelle.
Yeah, you do. Leos usually do.
I'm very patient.
Well, you know what? Let's see what. That's an interesting opportunity. Maybe it might be a possibility. But not right now in the middle of winter time. If you have, how big is the house?
No, I don't have it no more. That's what I was saying. If I had it, I would move you in. I live in an apartment now. But if I ever get a house, Michelle,
or if you get a bigger apartment,
I would have more than likely invite you to come stay with me. I'd have no problem with that.
Because, I mean, that might be the idea, is if we could go ahead and if you wanted to do that, we could get a bigger apartment together. Because, you know, between my YouTube and my SSD, I get, well, with some of my SSD, I make $1,416 a month now. And then on my YouTube, I make about $150 to $200 a month. And,
FC's leaving. Bye, FC.
I've seen leaving by FC, yeah.
Hey, DVR.
We don't know. He's talking to the landlord now because he has to drive the landlord to Thomaston. So he's got time to talk to the landlord. He said he would talk to the landlord. He said he would do that before Jimmy gave him the opportunity to talk to him. So let's see what happens, okay? That's all I'm going to tell you. Because right now, I don't know what they're talking about. I don't know what's being said. I'm not in that truck. I don't know. Red, I don't know. I don't think Red could afford to fund me a place.
It was a 7-bedroom, 2.5 bath home. That's why I had to get rid of it. It was just way too big. But yeah, you know, I would have had no problem with taking in some roommates if I kept it.
No, right, 7-bedroom. Your tax must have been huge.
No, my taxes weren't that bad. I think we paid maybe like $1,500 a year.
Really?
If that. Yeah. It wasn't that bad.
I mean, you could easily turn that into a bed and breakfast.
It originally, okay, so the town it was in, it was because the house was over. It was like before the 1900s. It was built. It was originally the first dental office. Then they kept adding onto it, and they turned it into like a home for like disabled people and this and that that needed a place. I don't know if that would be considered a halfway home, but then it fell under because, you know, the house is old. It kept needing repairs, you know, so the people let it go and we got it, you know, and it wasn't that expensive. I think we got it for like $76,000.
Yeah.
But after my divorce and people moving out, it was just too much house. You know, I didn't keep it.
Right. I could see a 3-bedroom house. Maybe you and a friend. But 7 bedrooms? Honey, that's a motel. And you should actually start your own equivalent to Faulty Towers right there.
Yeah, we had a 2-car garage attached. We had what we called a breezeway. The backyard was all fenced in. We had a full basement. We had a full attic. It was 3 levels. It was huge.
Yeah. What did they have? Fuses or circuit breakers or both?
We had that was updated. It was circuit breakers.
Okay.
Yeah, and our plumbing, we were working, the plumbing was almost all new. We put in all brand new piping and, going out to the street, PVC piping. We were working on, replacing all the copper. We had a brand new, like a $13,000 water softening system in there.
Why, you had hard water?
It was very hard water. Yeah. It was a very old well. That was my next step. I was going to get a new well drilled.
Oh, okay. So it didn't have access to city water, huh?
No, because it was the town we lived in. I don't know how to classify the town, but there's a lot of Amish. It was an older type town,
right?
And there's a lot of Amish and everything that lived there. So it was kind of like, they were making changes as we were making changes. So things were kind of like, we were running off our own well and everything. Eventually, we might have had to go to like a city, or I don't know if that would be city or like a township type thing.
Yeah.
But the town was beautiful. I loved it. The store was 2 houses down, the grocery store. We walked to the store every day. The schools were right up the road. We didn't even need a car.
Yeah. Well, that's true. I mean, I like living, like I said before, I like living in the country. I just, in my disabilities, it kind of makes it harder if you don't have somebody who has a car to get things done. But now, of course, we have things like...
But in the town.
Now we have things like Instacart and Amazon and Walmart delivery and things like that. eBay, of course. And things like Chime Bank. You could actually don't even need the car in some cases, except for medical emergencies. Well, there's always 911 for that. Yeah. Yes,
Craig, did you see Craig's comment, Michelle?
Yeah, I see him. I see him also coming on the panel too. Let's get him on the panel here.
Oh, Craig is. Okay.
How you doing, Craig?
Hi, how you doing, Michelle? Hi, Leo. How you doing?
Hey, Craig.
Yeah,
I just figured Yeah, I figured I'd chime in.
Craig says, Leo, yeah, I where you're going, but I could always fly out the window. I guess he hasn't driven so a long time. I know if I didn't drive that amount of time, I would certainly be a little nervous. So I'm going to assume that it's taking a sweet time going to Thomaston.
Yeah, I would imagine so. Am I blasting everybody out with my mic or no?
No, you're good.
No, because that's what we have is set the way we do with the sound system, so everybody's pretty consistent with the sound levels.
Yeah, well, if it gets too loud, let me know.
Well, don't forget, I also have the master control here for the headphones, so I can turn them down if I need to.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
All right, so how are you doing, Michelle? Is everything all right?
Everything's going okay today. Everything went good yesterday. Last night, Ed was working on the computer in the bedroom so that he didn't have to listen to the show and keep interrupting us. So we had a good show last night. And
good. I'm
and
glad.
today the landlord asked him if he would take him to Thomaston in the truck. So Ed said yes. So Ed is driving today. And also at the same time, he's talking to the landlord. He's talking to...
This is a public announcement. Everybody that lives in Connecticut, please stay indoors today. God almighty.
Well, I don't know if it's going to be that bad, Craig. I really don't think it's going to be that bad.
Well, what is it? Is it a stick shift truck that Jimmy can't drive it with his wrist or what?
Well, right now I know the truck is automatic, so because if it had a stick shift on it, Ed would definitely be as incapacitated as the landlord is.
Yeah,
he doesn't know how to drive stick.
I'm just like hysterical that I just wish I could have a camera in there to see Ed driving. God almighty. I know if I didn't drive for that length of time like he hasn't, I'd be damn
Yeah, that's a
cautious.
good question. Whatever happened to the other Bubba there? Not Ganoush, the other one, Warwick, or I don't
Bubba.
know.
He stopped into a stream I did maybe a couple weeks ago, and he said that like the phone calls of them calling up and saying like nasty stuff to him just got too much with him, and he doesn't wish no ill will or nothing with
So
you.
it's kind
He
of like
just
the same situation as with Ed. He just didn't
yeah,
explode.
but he's doing good. He's
Well,
doing
tell him
good.
to come on the panel because the morning show, we don't take phone calls in the morning show.
Yeah. Well, I'll if next time if I hear from him, I'll suggest it to him. I do miss him. I like Bubba.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, me too. I just don't get it why he cannot understand if you ignore things, people will not try to get his goat anymore. I mean, there's bad things said about everybody, but if you just ignore them, then they don't. If they see, I don't know how to explain it, but if they see they can't get you angry anymore, they'll stop, and that's what it takes.
You know what the problem is, though, is that logic doesn't seem to be working necessarily with everybody because some of these people, they just try to turn up the heat even more when you ignore them because they kind of really like the look at me, look at me, look at me mentality. Look at me.
Yeah.
And that's what this kind
of sounds like.
With them now.
There's no need for that kind of nonsense on any channel, but there is, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That's why I like your channel.
I mean, you got a lot of immature people out there, though, Craig. That's just it. And I mean, I'm not saying what Ed did was right because it wasn't. But what these people were doing is actually potentially putting everybody else's life in danger because of their shenanigans. So that's the reason I don't blame Ed in one sense because he does have a hard time with that kind of behavior, and yet at the same time, those people kept pushing his buttons repeatedly, and he didn't know how to cope with it.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I saw the one, what was it, Christmas Eve? Right. We were having such a good time, and then he blew the whole thing to hell. Like, he was even saying he was having a good time. It was because
someone made a song of him saying he was molesting kids and all that, and that just basically pissed him off to no end.
Well, nobody likes hearing that, but you know what? We know it's not true, and they shouldn't say things like that.
But Ed also had problems in school with bullies too. So
yeah, I get it. I get it. I understand. But if it were me, I probably just would just ignore it. Whatever. I just feel bad because he was having such a nice time Christmas Eve. He even mentioned it was so nice to have everybody in, and it was like a family night for everybody, and and then he went off his rocker and ruined the whole thing for you and everybody else that was in the chat. It was just a shame.
Like I said, the thing is that Ed, blew up, but then those people were actually asking him to blow up by the way they were treating him. So
yeah.
So that means that who's really to blame here? If I look at it this way, it's like Ed was being pushed to that level because normally Ed doesn't get to that level.
Yeah, no, I understand. Well, maybe he'll.
Yeah, who did that song? I don't even know which person put that song on there in the first place.
Oh, I don't know. I have no clue.
I have no clue either. They were on the panel, though.
What song, Michelle?
The song that pissed Ed off to no end. Tiger Kitty knows who I'm talking about, which song it was.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a made-up song. It was a Christmas song with different words. Like, he was a child molester or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just upset me because it ruined the whole night for everybody that was having such a good time. Paul was on, and everybody was having such fun.
Yeah,
even Ed was having a good time too.
Yeah, the issue with it is though, it's Ed takes his anger out on Michelle.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
Because he can't take it out on the person doing it because one, they're not in this area.
Yeah, because it's her channel. Like she has a control over that.
Right, and he doesn't understand how any of this works.
Right.
You just. I mean, if you're gonna have a YouTube channel, you just got to harden up to it and have a thick skin, and that's all there is to it. Like if
he has a YouTube channel, but he doesn't live stream on it because he doesn't have 1,000 subs.
And all this stuff, and she just blows it off, and they're gone after a couple nights. They're gone. It's done.
Well, like last night, they were trying again, and I told them, "So we're not going through this again." So I was very clear about that.
No, I don't want to see anything happen to you. God forbid. That's terrible. And the idea of having a shotgun in the house is not a good idea, Michelle.
Yeah, and Brian has a good point too, Michelle. That night you streamed till like 4 a.m. and nobody was even on the panel, and Ed started picking fights with you, calling you names. It's his drinking that gets him out of control.
In the morning stream,
some people get happy.
I was still a little bit angry from the night before, but he didn't really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand you perfectly.
Ed was and saying you're weird and don't have any friends. Well, actually, locally, I don't really have a lot of friends. But then again, I'm mostly a homebody anyway, so I don't really talk to a lot of people. That's why I don't have any friends. It has nothing to do with because I'm weird.
No, I know that. I mean, you go to McDonald's with Chris. Is it Christy?
Krista.
The other day.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, that was a nice conversation, and she's a wonderful person.
Right.
And
we went to we did another stream at McDonald's just a couple days ago. Is that when you're talking about the first one?
They say if you have 1 or 2 good friends in your life, you're very lucky.
Right. And it's not even, Michelle is weird, but I like the weirdness of Michelle. We're all a little bit weird. It's society it's society that has issues. It's not Michelle. Michelle's a sweetheart. I mean, she's super nice.
Yeah, exactly.
I think most Virgos by nature, because we're humanitarian, or try to be nice. We try, but we can be very critical.
What am I, Michelle? I was born July 13th, 1948. What am I? A cancer? July? Is that a cancer?
I think you might be a cancer.
Yeah.
And what are those people supposed to be like?
Right. Which means you're very sensitive with a lot of emotional feelings, but you're also a family man.
Yeah, well, I guess that's true. Because I never had a fight in my life, even at school. I don't like controversy. I don't care for it. If I'm in the middle of a
but cancers can be very, very emotional. They can be very sensitive. They're a water sign. They're associated with the cups in tarot. So
yeah, well, I guess you're right there, because I can, like, if I'm down in the dumps, with my wife and stuff like that, all I say to myself is curtain up, act 1, and I flip myself right around to being happy. And that's, inside I'm not, but I'm not going to let on to other people, because then, like, especially my wife, then that brings down her spirit.
By the way, what is your wife's sign anyway?
She was born June 6, 1950, and I think that's D-Day.
Okay.
Is that D-Day?
June
Is that a Gemini?
6th. That's a Gemini? Okay.
Not a Gemini. I'm trying to think of the.
Well, she always said wasn't that the day the D-Day that wasn't that was that when they did Pearl Harbor or what? D-Day? Was that called D-Day?
No.
That was in December.
May 6th?
But maybe you're talking about when we stormed the beaches in Normandy.
Yeah, that could be it. Because she always says D-Day. That's my birthday, D-Day. Look out. So, who the hell knows? I don't know.
Let's see. I had 6th is. Oh, yeah, Gemini. It is a Gemini.
Mm-hmm. And what are those folks like personalities supposed to be?
Well, the Warbucks is a Gemini also.
Have 2 personalities.
I know Stubborn is one of them. It's got to be. Jesus Christ.
See, remember, Bubba Warbucks was a Gemini also. And he also, like most Geminis, are social people. And so, for example, when the pandemic hit, a lot of Geminis felt like dogs lost in the high weeds because the whole social system, like Bubba said the same thing, was just gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're right. It's D-Day. It's
she lost her whole social system.
With D-Day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's something. Oh, I wanted to ask you, Michelle. I don't know whether you saw it in the comments. There's a 3-bedroom apartment for $1,000 and something in your building.
But we don't have the 3,000 and something to pay for the security deposit, application fee, credit check, key deposit, pet fee.
3,000.
See, that's the thing that landlords are doing now is they're making getting the apartment almost impossible.
Yeah, first and last is a little steep. I know.
You're gonna pay. So let's say let's make it easy. Let's make the math easy. Let's just say it's $1,050. You're gonna come up with $1,050 times 3, which comes out to be $3,150. Never mind the application fee. Never mind the credit check fee. Never mind the pet deposit. Never mind the
utilities,
all the other fees, attorney fee. Yeah, attorney's fees. Actually, there are no attorney's fees for renting apartments now. You actually, if you're on a fixed income, that is just not the average person can afford that.
Yeah, but Michelle, there are people that are willing to help you, though. I've seen a couple of people say, if we found you a nice place, that they would help with the expense too.
Yeah. I just feel that the only grievance I have with that, number one, I don't like the way he treats you, but when he's down to earth, he's not a bad person, but he just procrastinates when he could be down at social services, and he could get himself squared away.
That's the problem with that is like many Tauruses. They're pretty much just do things when they want. They're not highly motivated people. They're not going to do it. I mean, if he really wanted to do it, he would be out that door like a shot. But if he doesn't really feel like doing it, he's just going to procrastinate. That's just what Taurus do.
Yeah, well,
Virgos are quite the opposite. We're out there like the dogs at a racetrack. When the bell rings, gates open, all of a sudden we're flying out the door. Zip! We're not going to wait.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we're not going to rush into something either. So we're going to look at the situation and go, okay, is this a good choice? But sometimes our anxieties can actually basically incapacitate us too, because sometimes we get fearful. And if you have autistic spectrum and you're a Virgo, hello, surprise, you're not necessarily, your mind is always thinking. You're always going through all the contingencies, all the outcomes, all the possibilities. And if you have Asperger's alone, there's a fear factor, and the next thing you know, you get so scared into doing nothing at all.
Yeah. Well, long story short, I was 8 years ago. I was service manager for a Lexus dealer in Rockville Center.
Sometimes, wait for me. That's the whole problem. Is there's so many options that we get numb from looking at all the options. And that's where sometimes we have to sit there and whittle through the list and start picking them apart. Is option B better than option Z? Is option W better than option C? Is option M better than option W? So we start doing graphs and little doodles and writing little notes here, little notes there, and saying, okay, what do we pick? And we start doing that. And then to the point where, like I said, you got 26 options, and that's you kind of just want to throw your head in the air because some of them may have pros and cons that may actually makes it even harder to choose. Where if you only have two options, it's easy. Pick one or the others. You pick the better of the two. But if you have 26 options, you can basically scare yourself into inaction and not doing anything at all.
When I lost my job at Lexus, and I'll make a long story short, I was service manager at Lexus for 22 years. I developed this Meniere's and this tinnitus rhythm. If you know what Meniere's is, it's like when you get dizzy and you feel like when you drive and you tip over, like you're going to tip over. Well, I went to doctors and all this kind of stuff, and it's something they can't cure. You just have to try to keep it under control. But I had a doctor's note that I had to stay out of work because I was afraid to drive. I was driving home on Sunrise Highway here, which took me like an hour and 20 minutes to get home because I lived way east on the island. And after 4 months, even with doctor's letters, I got a note through the union, which they were taking out of my paycheck, which I was not a member of the union. And the union got a letter from the union that I was dismissed. And so then immediately I went to collect unemployment, and Labor Board called me back and said they denied my unemployment because you vacated your job or whatever it was. And then I sent her the documents. I said, I have this all, my paperwork. And I had it, and I gave it to her in 15 minutes. She called me back, and she said, well, what dealership group did you work on? I worked for. And I said it was Atlantic Auto Group because the owners of the dealerships, he owns like 25, 30 dealerships, John Staluppi. And she said, oh, yeah, I know. I get that all the time from them. She said, you got your unemployment. And then when I couldn't work at all, then I made an appointment with social services in Babylon. And, yeah, we had to wait a long time. I mean, we were there for like 4 hours. But finally I got to sit down with somebody who was able to help me with the HEAP program and food stamp program and things of that nature. So we're surviving. But it's a long process, and you really have to stay on top of it.
Yeah.
And I know, Michelle, you could do that, but Ed does not have the personality to stay on top of things. You gotta, they'll work with you, but you just, and they explained it. And I still have the man's name, Mr. Burton. He was wonderful, and I always call him Christmas and wish him Merry Christmas and how things going. And, I have to pay my taxes now, and I'm sort of like, really going to get scraped in the bottom of the barrel paying my taxes, but it is what it is, I mean, there is, honey.
How's your wife doing?
Oh, she's doing better.
Good.
She suffered from acute anxiety, which she never had, and it was terrible. It was just awful. The anxiety, panic attacks, and depression, and not sleeping. But finally, the doctor has her on decent medication where she can function. I mean, she was the type of person, I'm going up to Home Goods and I'm taking the car and I'll do some shopping. And
okay, talk to you later, Tommy. Have a nice night, or in your case, it is night. So have a nice night, and we'll see you hopefully tomorrow morning on the Friday show in the morning.
But anyway, she's doing better, Leo. Thank you for asking. I really
good. I'm glad she's doing better.
Do they have any idea what caused the anxiety? Because I know you mentioned about the pandemic, but was
well, that's what it was. I mean, we only lived 3 blocks from my grandchildren and my daughter and her husband. Her husband is a Suffolk County Special Services Police Department, and she's a nurse in the hospital. So, I mean, we couldn't go and see them because she was exposed to COVID all the time, and so was my son-in-law. You know, they had to be around people who knew whether they had COVID or not. Thank God neither one of them got it, but, you know, it was just difficult. I mean, yeah, we FaceTime with the grandchildren, but it's not the same as getting a hug or, you know, giving them a kiss or whatever, you know. I'm sure Leo can understand that. I mean, you know, everybody likes a hug once in a while.
Yeah.
That's a given. But that just drove her nuts. Oh my God.
I mean,
it drove me nuts too, but
the thing is, when the soup kitchen was closed for dining, that was a major loss of social for me and Ed. Because
and see, I spoke to Ed right
that's
on
when
the phone.
We started doing the live streams in the morning was to make up for the loss of the soup kitchen.
Yeah, well, remember when I was talking to Ed about shopping through Amazon Fresh?
Yeah.
And I mean, he did absolutely nothing with that. They accept EBT cards. I do it. I can't be lugging stuff. I can't do it. I can't leave my wife alone too long to do shopping, and they're very good. But see, he didn't do anything with that. Yeah. I mean, you guys pay for delivery and all this crap. And to be honest with you, the only thing I don't buy on Amazon.
Well, he doesn't have an Amazon Prime membership either.
Yeah, but he could have. He could have.
Yeah, he could.
You know. Yeah, and he's a senior citizen. It costs me $4.99 a month, and I have the Amazon stick for my TV. So I got away from Verizon. I just have Verizon Wi-Fi, which I get all the channels I want to get and everything we watch. There's just so many advantages, and the shopping prices. My wife was amazed how much lower they were than the store. And there they are at the door with 9 or 10 packages. They bring them in, they put them on your counter if you want them to. You give them a little tip, and they'll even put them away if you ask. So, I mean, that's something that, Michelle, if you could look into,
Instacart will do that too. Card. I mean, Instacart will do that too. I mean, they're bringing up the 3 flights of stairs. I mean, that's...
yeah, that's a big benefit for you.
Yeah, it is. I don't lie with that. That is a big benefit for me.
Yeah, I seriously believe that if you could ever work it where you got a ground floor apartment, that it would be so much nicer for you because you could go out and walk around a little bit more.
Well, I would like to rent a ranch house, a 1-floor ranch house, or maybe even just a split level at the most. A raised ranch would be fine too. The thing
they're so expensive in Connecticut, though, Michelle. It's like Long Island; they're very expensive.
Yeah, I know. We could easily go to the Midwest and find something cheaper. But then again, you're still going to have the issue of moving costs to move across country, or even to the middle of the country.
I don't think you'd be happy. I think you like the change in the seasons and, you know, being snow queen and all that. I think you like the change in the seasons, and you sort of know where
Leo
everything
said,
is right now.
You know, what about some places like Michigan? Now, see, I don't mind doing that. I wouldn't mind doing Michigan or some place in the country, because there's also Finnish people in Michigan too, which make Lumi happy, and there's a lot of Norwegians up there too. Yeah,
but there's so much to it. Then you have to reapply for your for your help and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, there's a lot to it. I thought about moving down to North Carolina, but it's cheaper living. I mean, Connecticut and Long Island are very expensive places to live.
Yeah, I know.
And the only reason that I stay here is because of my grandchildren and my kids. And it's getting to the point now where
but like I told one of the biggest problems
is,
regardless if we got an apartment somewhere else or a house or whatever, is we have to get out there to look at the place. I can't necessarily go out there online and just rent a house. I mean, yes, I could, sight unseen, but it's kind of like when you buy something on eBay, you know, that you never had before, and you say, okay, I want this model because the specs sound great, but you don't really know what it looks like because you never actually physically held it. You don't know how heavy it is. You don't know.
Right.
So basically, when you're just renting a house or buying a house online without seeing it, you don't know the fine rough details.
You don't know the area. It could be a bad area. I mean, where you are now is a wonderful area. You can get to things not too bad, right?
Right. That's where, again, this channel also could be an asset because people know different parts of the country. Because people that, like, for example, you know, Paul and Leo know Michigan and probably know a bit about Wisconsin, that area. Whereas...
okay. Yeah,
maybe somebody else might know Michigan. Missouri, you know.
Well, we moved to Arizona years ago. I was in heavy equipment and I got hurt pretty bad. And we sold our house on the island here and moved to Arizona. And we were there for 4.5 years. And it's a beautiful country. There's a lot to see. There's a lot to do.
Right.
The climate, however, in July and August and September is like we stay in the winter, you stay in the summer. We used to go shopping at 11 o'clock at night, and everybody did it. And the temperatures were still 98, 99, 100. So.
Oh, that's too hot for me. No way. I would never be at 98, 99 degrees. Sorry.
And the other thing
I would be absolutely miserable in Arizona and New Mexico.
I got a thing from Best Buy.
Somebody's phone's buzzing.
Financing on all electronics.
It's Craig. It's your phone that's buzzing.
It's his phone's buzzing, or he's gonna blow up. Something.
My phone?
Yeah, it's your phone buzzing. I think you had a phone call.
Somebody's trying to call me. I just ignored it. Somebody tries to pain in the ass and calls me all the time. Nuisance. It's always got a problem. Whatever. Neither here nor there.
Well, stop now. I think they finally went to voicemail.
Yeah, that's okay. I know who it is. But they had the special 0% financing on computers and laptops, and I mean, I don't need it. I bought a Toshiba like 8 years ago, and my son-in-law picked it out for me, and it's been more than sufficient for me. You know, I hardly use it, but it's been more than sufficient. So it's just a thought. It's just a thought.
Yeah.
You if I can get a card at Best Buy, Michelle can. Believe me.
Yeah.
And this way you pay it off over a year, and I'm sure you'd be okay. But that's your choice. That's your choice.
I'm going to say, for those people wondering what's going on with Ed and the driving today, I get some very good vibes right now. I think he's having a good time. I think he's having a time of his life behind the wheel. I think he's absolutely having a good time behind the wheel.
Maybe you can talk to Jimmy and arrange some kind of...
He is talking to Jimmy because he's driving Jimmy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's another good thing with him. He's talking to Jimmy at the same time. He said he wanted to talk to Jimmy even when he was having his funk. So now he's talking to Jimmy.
Yeah, no, I understand. But you know what I wanted to... there was an issue, I don't know, 4 or 5 chats back, why actually, when you're sharing an apartment like you are, whatever the rent is, he should be paying half of it. And I know
that would be the normal procedure, but that's not the way Jimmy arranged it.
Yeah, I know. And see that would knock.
But then again, if it was the situation where he was paying me, and I have problems with him, then I have to go to housing and I have to file evictions, and that becomes a pain. So it's between him and the landlord, so the landlord can file evictions on him if he wants to, or he can go ahead and say, "Look, I got a better place for you. I found an apartment for you by yourself. You can have this apartment by yourself to do your own thing." That might be an option for Ed.
Yeah, that would be all right. Because you're comfortable with the rent that you're paying, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. I know. But at any rate,
I don't have a problem paying. I don't have a problem with $800 a month rent. That doesn't really bother me because Jimmy kind of knows that for me, it's well, by yourself, this apartment isn't too bad. You get to do your videos. You got a bedroom. You got a pantry. You got a, this would be the dining room area or the parlor. The living room would actually, this originally was a residential hotel. The living room was the master bedroom, and then of course my bedroom was like a kid's side room, and then of course we walk through the closet to get to the kitchen, which is still an option. I can still do that. But the way I set my closet up right now, it's kind of stupid. You wouldn't want to go through my closet to get to the kitchen, but you could. You could still go through the kitchen.
Yeah, I understand. It'd be just nice if you could get down to a ground floor and not have to do the steps.
Yeah,
that would be an advantage.
Maybe, like you said, if your Jewish friend bought the building, maybe he would have probably put in the lift. Have to get the electricians in there to rewire for 3-phase power.
Yeah.
To put in the lift.
Yeah.
So we can go up the side of the building, an outside elevator.
He's spread out all over the city, and he's got so much now. He's getting up there in age, and he doesn't want to get involved in anything else, especially being in Connecticut, where it's not where he can visit, see. He likes to keep his eye on things, so to speak. But at any rate, neither here nor there.
There's no guarantee the landlord would sell anyway. I mean, I'm sure somebody gave him and said, "I have in this suitcase $300,000 in cold hard cash in $100 bills. I will give you $300,000 in cash." And he probably would say, "Fine." That's what Blackstone's doing to people selling their houses. They're going in with attaché cases with money. That's what Blackstone. That's what BlackRock. That's what BlackRock's doing. They're going out there and they're buying these houses with cash, not checks. Cash. They walk up to the homeowner with $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 in cash, and they're buying the houses outright.
People having that kind of money. Wow. God.
They are the equivalent of what's going on right now with Evergrande in China. And BlackRock is doing the same thing that Evergrande's doing. They're a major retail or real estate conglomerate. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Cash at closing. We're not talking checks. We're talking about actual $100 bills.
Yeah.
In what?
Yeah, no, I got you. I know. I've seen it happen. Leo, are you still there?
It's pretty rare, but I mean, honestly, they should still make the $100,000 note.
Yes, I'm still here.
Okay. I didn't mean to.
You're fine.
To take over the whole. I didn't mean to take over the whole chat.
No, you're fine. You're fine, Craig. I had to get dressed and stuff anyway.
I just haven't talked to Michelle in a while.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, we all have your best interest at mind, Michelle, and that's the main thing. And I hope Ed. I wish he would go to a anger management class, just for his own sake. I mean, God, if I had an anger management problem, I wouldn't want to be that type of person.
Yeah.
But I know he won't do it, so whatever. And the trains and the stock cars worked out beautiful. My son-in-law loves them. The kids love them.
Unaware, it's not even funny
wonderful.
what you're alleging, because it's not what's happening. I'm not even getting that impression at all.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
not
I know.
even funny what
I
he's
understand.
alleging. I mean, I know he's trying to be funny, but honestly, it's not funny.
No, it's not funny. Absolutely not. I mean, it's.
There is a valid concern because Ed hasn't driven since at least 2010. You know,
oh my
could he have
God.
gotten rusty behind the wheel of a car? Yes.
I feel the same way that Leo does. I can't even imagine jumping in a car if you haven't driven for what? How many years? 5 or 6 years? Oh, God, that's got to be a catastrophe on wheels. Because traffic in Connecticut is not the lightest traffic in the world. That's for sure. God, but at any rate, neither here nor there. I'm just glad you're doing okay, and I got to give you that $15, and I can't figure it the hell out. Can I just give it to your PayPal?
Yeah.
Because I owe you $15. I know that. I haven't forgotten. But can you send me a request for it?
Oh yeah. Yeah, did you send me the 15?
Send me a request.
Did you send me the 13 hours? I haven't seen it. I didn't even see a payment coming through.
No, I didn't. I don't know how to. You were on my thing for Zelly is it? And somehow it got deleted. I lost like 3 people, and I don't know how to get back to it again.
Here is the all right, I'll make this easy here. Here is the contact info, which is the same as the PayPal.
Well, my friend told me that if you requested the money,
I actually do have a donate link.
If you requested, like through a text, that I could get it to you.
Here's my email address.
She can actually request it through PayPal.
Right, Leo. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not too computer smart, so it's a little difficult for me. But
yeah, I can request it.
No ill intentions. I just between the hospital and now going back to work.
By the way, Craig, that's my email address for the PayPal donation or payments.
Okay. Okay.
So
I mean, I was going
you want to send the $13 to Michele3@gmail.com through PayPal.
Okay. All right, good.
And you can just say it's a gift. Just say it's a gift so they don't charge you a fee.
Is that right? How much money does Snapchat take away?
I don't take Snapchat. I'm not on Snapchat.
Oh, you don't have that?
No. I have Super Chat here, though. You see the dollar sign button on the bottom? You can donate directly using Super Chat here.
Oh, okay. And they don't take any money from you on that? Or they get a piece?
No, they take a little bit of a commission if you use this tool, yeah. But if you use the PayPal link and say you're mailing the money as a gift, they don't take that.
Okay. Okay, that's good. That's good. The other thing, getting back to a new computer.
This morning, says I was talking on my phone. Maybe he thought I was dropping a summons on his SS LOL. Who knows? I don't know.
What the hell does that mean? I don't know what that means.
I don't know. Well, Jimmy was getting nervous. He doesn't really like people coming here he doesn't know.
Well, he's got a good thing going there.
Dan was all in a suit and everything. Jimmy's like, I don't want to be around this guy.
Yeah, might be the IRS.
As far as he know, he didn't even know if you were some kind of an insurance claim agent or something, you know.
Right. Yeah.
But actually, that's what Stan does for a living. He works with insurance companies regarding claims for their clients. So that's what he does for a living.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see.
There you go.
So he said, Jimmy got an order when I got
Michelle
there.
And Craig, can I interrupt? I got to jump off. I have to go to work. But I will talk to you guys later, okay?
Yeah, it's almost time to wrap it up. Again, another one of those long shows.
Have a good day and a good New Year's, guys, if I don't see you.
You too. I hope Michelle will do a New Year's show.
Well, I'll be doing a New Year's Day show because that's a Saturday.
Oh, okay.
I don't see New Year's Eve as a special day. To me, it's just another day. It's just another day.
Yeah, well, to me too. I mean, I don't care. I don't care. We just watch the ball come down, and from what I've seen or heard on the news, they're keeping Times Square down to a minimum. I guess only a certain amount of people are going to be allowed in. So I don't know how that's going to go. That should be interesting. Who knows?
Oh, I'm not really into this. Like I said, New Year's to me isn't really a big deal. It's just another day.
Yeah.
I know that some people like New Year's because the excitement, the pre-game show, the post-game shows. Because in a way, it is a game. You know, it's just it's just maybe a 5-minute thing. You got the pre-game shows, parties and dancing, the post-game of more parties and dancing. But the truth is, for me, is I don't care about any of that because by that time, I'm actually getting ready to crawl into bed and go to sleep.
Hi, Michelle.
There's my wife.
Yeah.
Hi, Michelle.
What's up? How you doing?
How are you?
I'm doing alright. How are you?
Good. She's doing good.
Good.
Let me get you guys on camera so people can see what you look like. They've never seen your wife. Let's see, where's the control here? There we go. Let's get you and your wife on camera real quick here.
There's my love.
How do you like being outside? It's pretty nice out right now. It's not bad. It's not bad at all.
No, it isn't bad out here. It isn't bad. It was supposed to get up to 60 today, Michelle.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
That's because it's because El Nino. That's why. It's not really gonna be really that cold.
I don't think we're gonna have a bad winter. I don't know. The way things are going.
Yeah.
It seems
I think this winter is going to be for the East Coast anyway. It's going to be mild.
Yeah, they said something about I saw on my phone came up like an emergency thing that a bad storm was coming from the Midwest to the East Coast. Have you checked on anything to do with that?
Because the weather's changing. Yes, there is. The cold fronts are now moving in. I'm aiming to get things stabilized more for January with normal snow.
Yeah.
And I did warn people ahead of time. I said, you guys better be ready because I'm not pulling no punches this year.
No, I like a nice blizzard. That's what I like. When you can't even get out of it.
People like rainy night. You like a snowy night.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I love the nice blizzard.
When it's a snowy night, it's like the song there, let it snow, you know. You and your most significant other are snuggled up in bed together.
Yeah, exactly. Watch a nice movie, you can't go out, your streets are closed. I kind of like that. Gives me time to do nothing except sit in a recliner.
The only thing I have to be honest that I do not feel comfortable with is, even before my injury, it was the same issue, but it's not as severe, was when the snow turns into ice. That's when I get nervous.
That's bad.
Yeah, that's when it gets bad. I don't want it if it's fresh snow. I mean, I can walk in fresh snow, but when it's ice, it's like all of a sudden I'm really nervous. Like, oh my god, like the ice is going to get me. Ice is going to get you. The ice is going to get you tonight. Da-da,
Well, when you get your weather together, you're better at it than anybody. A couple of days before, that's when you got to get your business done and stock up on some things and get ready.
I mean, like, you ever heard the song by Miami Sound Machine called Salsa Caliente? Oh, what about turning it to Salsa Fredo?
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Salsa Fredo.
Yeah. I like your dress. It's a nice dress you have on today.
Thank you. It's also very warm, too. Very, very, very warm.
Good.
Ed keeps turning my apartment to Miami. Unfortunately, I come out here and all of a sudden I'm pouring sweat on my skull. So I have to go turn the heat down. He keeps sending my apartment to Miami. Why do you have to have it so damn hot in here? Because I'm cold.
Ed doesn't like the cool.
80 degrees? Oh my god. It's like, I'm glad we get free heat, but that's a lot of cold,
Jimmy's going to have a heart attack. He gets his gas bill if he's pumping it up to 80 degrees.
Yeah, I know. God. I'm sure right now he's probably not too comfortable with the heat as it is. Except he's probably been doing a lot of Hail Marys and Our Fathers, thankful that this winter hasn't been too brutal so far.
So far, so good. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I see Red Foreman's face. Is that Red Foreman up there?
It's kind of hard to do much when you got the southern conveyor from the El Nino going, because it's going to screw you up. But once we can get La Nina kicking in, that's going to be good, because that's going to be bringing a lot of the cold down from the north into the south, which is nice.
Yeah. Well, that's
and
good.
I did see some cold blisters coming, so and the extended forecast shows the systems coming through, the colder fronts coming in from the Midwest, like you said. So we'll have to play by ear.
Keep us posted. Keep us posted.
Yeah, I will.
Well, I'm gonna hop off because I'm in my pajamas. I got to get going here today, and I'm gonna get on more. Sorry, I haven't been too active, but whatever. I'm back in the game again. So you have a wonderful day, Michelle, and everybody else on the channel.
Yeah.
I wish you all well.
All right, so you have a nice day, Craig. Enjoy the week. Enjoy the outside. It's not bad. You and your wife are having a good time doing things together.
Yeah, you're doing a show. What is today? Thursday? Thursday or Friday?
Today's Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday. We have a morning show. And then Saturday we have a morning and night show. And then Sunday we go back to more of a normal Silvermoon radio show with less Christmas music and more of other music.
Yeah, I'm tired of the Christmas.
I know.
Red Foreman, bye to you.
That's why I took a break. That's why I took a break last week. I needed to get a break.
Yeah.
I said,
all right.
I'm sorry now for Frosty Snowman and all that stuff. I want to get back to normal show. I noticed there never always much music for New Year's though, except one by Johnny Mathis, which is "What are you doing on New Year's Day or New Year's Eve?"
Nothing.
That's the only song I know.
I'm not. We don't go out. We don't go out anymore. It's not worth it because there's a chance of getting COVID, and you can't.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I can't see the whole chat. Damn it! Why can't I see it? Let me see if I.
Oh, you can. You can, but you got to pinch this. You got to pinch your phone screen and make the chat smaller. In other words,
I just wanted to say goodbye to everybody.
This is the screen. If you pull the chat screen like this with the fingers, It makes it bigger. You just push it together, it makes it smaller. You'll see more of the screen that way.
Yeah. Oh, there it goes.
Okay.
Oh, take care, Bounty Hunter. And
okay.
And Red Foreman.
And by the way, is there anything about the slot car track that really stands out real quick? I mean, is there anything you like about that slot car track with the adapter we made?
Oh, the power pack stands out beautifully. You did a wonderful job on it.
Yeah.
Did
you like the information that I gave you in a technical brief explaining how it all works?
Yeah, it was wonderful. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
Everything worked out well. So look, we'll talk later.
Yeah, I could do that. I could do that. I don't have a problem playing in the Summer Beach Boys album.
My number. And I'll say goodbye to everybody and warmest wishes, and all stay well.
Well, I hope your wife Denise and you have a good day, and I hope that she will be willing to be here and watching the show with you, and maybe be on the show tomorrow or next week, or whatever the case may be. I think this would be good for both of you to be able to come on the show and have people to talk to.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Michelle.
Yeah.
And you be well, okay? And say hello to Ed when he gets back.
Okay.
Okay, guys. Take care.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And that was Craig. And let's see how many...
What the heck? I'm back here. I don't know what the hell I'm doing here. There I go.
That's okay. Phones do that to me all the time. Yeah, so... well, we do a quick tarot reading. No, we don't need to do a tarot reading right now. Oh, we don't have to do a tarot reading. Nah, I don't need to do a tarot reading. No. Yeah. Take the headphones off and wiggle those ears a bit. Woo! Flip them around. Yeah, anyway, so that's my ears. This is my side shot. Hi, guys. All right, so... yeah, it's been a good morning. We had a lot of people to talk to. Ed is out there on the roads, having a good time, having fun, and getting things done. So, I mean, he's going to be in a good mood, I think, because he's enjoying his time out with people. Ed is a social guy. He's not going to want to sit around the house and do nothing. If he can go out there and feel like he's being of use, it makes him feel better for himself. So, I mean, I'm really glad. I'm sorry, Sam, that Jimmy got nervous with you. Don't take it seriously. He does that to any man wearing a nice office suit and stuff. He doesn't know what's going on. He's done that to me a couple of times. He said, like, who is this? Who is this? Why are they here? What's... yeah. Well, Nana, what's your opinion on Glocks? He's talking about the gun. Like, what, the Glock's 9, the Glock's 13. There's a fully automatic Glock as well. Was it the 9A's, the manual one, single shot, and then there's a high-speed one that's at full auto. One thing is, realistically, the problem with the full auto Glock is how big is the magazine? I don't know, but they make them semi-automatic ones, too. So I'm not really too much into the guns thing. Give me a sharp blade. I don't mind packing blade. I don't mind packing knives. I don't mind carrying daggers and dirks. I'll carry those kind of things. I don't like firearms. I don't feel comfortable with a gun. So, but give me a nice sharp blade, like a dagger, a dirk, or even a sword. For close combat, you want to use a dagger, or a dirk, or very small gladius, but you ain't going to want to walk around with a broadsword in a tight space, because you're going to basically more likely to do physical damage to the property than you would to the person you're trying to fight, because it's It's too hard to fight in a small place with a sword. You might as well use that pig sticker. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, speaking of ears, I'm going to order another pair today. Yay, Michelle's getting more ears today. How many pairs? Maybe 2-pack. Oh, okay. No, 2-pack of ears. Are you going to be giving away free ones? I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. Okay. Well, guys, we had an excellent show. And wish Ed and Jimmy good time on the road today. I think this is something he really needs to get out there and have some fun. And this may be what the doctor ordered for Ed to get out of the house for a bit. Yeah. So everybody, thank you very much for being on the show. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning at normal 10 a.m. And of course, same thing for Saturday. And Saturday night we had 7 o'clock. Absolutely. All right, guys. Bye, everybody. Bye, bye.